Don't you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon.
G'day everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Anna and this is You Got Me in Stitches, and today is exactly 2 years that I have been making videos for you wonderful people here on YouTube. I just simply cannot believe where 2 years has passed by. Righto guys, I thought as it is quite a hot day today and I'm kind of melting here a little bit. I thought I would bring out all my fabric and some of my pigeons that I've collected that were for something else. And I don't want to say too much about it because I always kind of hope that if it ever gets off the ground, because it's been a few years in the making, everything's good to go. I just kind of need a website. So when you look at the pages, see how many pages has you got, but that is kind of for another purpose. But I am going to look through these pigeons, and all my fabric is in boxes because obviously you guys know that I've had the ranos and all the decoration and everything going on in my Finn's house, and it's still not finished, the decoration. I'm just slow because obviously all my medical issues and things. But I thought as it was a really lovely day that I would bring all teenage Aisling kindly carried out the boxes for me because I can't lift them because they're a little bit heavy. I wonder why. And yeah, kind of do a bit of a time lapse of sorting through the fabrics for the giveaway. it was a bit of a mammoth task, taking care of me quite a bit, but quite a few boxes to go through, and I've been thinking about doing a de-stash anyway, and to sell some of the fabrics that kind of have been languishing for a little bit, and maybe I've either got bored of or don't know perhaps what to make out of it, or the thoughts that I had at the time have changed. You know, we all go through different processes and everything, and although the giveaway is a gift from me and everything like that, at the same time, you know, it's not cost effective to keep giving fabric away. And yeah, some of them are really good quality, brand new and all the rest of it, all different shapes and sizes, and some obviously have been cut into, and it's the same with the giveaway as well. I'm just a little bit worn out after that. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the pigeons. I am not actually going to go through each individual pattern on camera. I'm just going to quickly show through, and they will go in the little giveaway bundles as well. But it might be, you may look at the fabric and the patterns, think, no, that's not for me, that's okay, but maybe you could still enter and be chosen, and maybe you could gift them to somebody else. If you do make something for yourself and or gifts for anybody else, please let me know when you have made your creations of what you decided to make with the fabric. It's always fun to know. How this giveaway will work is, if you would like to enter, please, just at the beginning of your comment, if you could just type giveaway, then that way when I kind of quickly roll my eyes down the comments, then I know who to add in. Now, I don't have any of these fancy fandangle computer thingy-majiggies. It's just going to be kind of like my 100 subscriber giveaway, where I will just write down all the people that want to be included in the giveaway, put their names on a piece of paper, put them in a bowl, mixing them all up, and then just pull them out. Obviously the entirety of that will be filmed, and yeah, so kind of the old-fashioned way, but that's what works for me. And I'm going to run it for 1.5 weeks, and that will go to, so we're Wednesday now, so not this Sunday, obviously the following Sunday, close of day of midnight, and it will be UK time. Also, the giveaway is open to everybody, so for those that follow me who live overseas, that's not a problem at all. And just so you guys know that the fabric is clean and for a smoke-free home, but some of the fabric has been used, has been cut, but obviously I tidied that all up. Some of the fabric that I have purchased and never touched. Also, again, just run it through the laundry if you like, because although everything's clean and things like that, I suffer from sensitive skin, so everyone's laundry detergent is a little bit different, but I'm sure it's common sense anyway that you would do that and run everything through your laundry. So that's pretty much it. Just let me know in the comments by just simply putting that first word of giveaway, and then, like I say, a week and a half later I will do the names in a bowl or something like that. Teenage Earthling will film that process, and yeah, then carry on from there. And then obviously whoever the winners is, I'm going to do a separate video for that and all the rest of it, and then just give me your details. Obviously there's an email, it is attached to my channel, and again, please rest assured that all your details will be kept strictly confidential. I'm not a person that would ever give anyone's information out, and I'm just not like that, never have been. I'm just too respectful of that, and yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, so these are the box of pigeons. I know there looks like there's quite a few there, and vintage ones here. And again, just a little disclaimer here, I cannot take any responsibility for the pigeon covers and the actual pigeon tissue for wear and tear, and or any pieces missing or anything like that. Sorry guys, you will get these patterns as is, but I'm sure some of us sewists doesn't matter too much because we can reconfigure pattern pieces and things like that. I personally don't mind with the vintage patterns if the actual pattern envelope has actually been written on and things like that. I think it just adds to the character, and also sometimes the tissue paper has been cut. Sometimes that's also had little written notes on, but again, just adds to it. So please don't enter if you feel that some of the pattern pieces might be missing. Obviously the tissue and the actual pattern envelopes and things like that, they're not going to be pristine. Obviously some of the new ones here should be all complete. Some, you know, are sealed. Righto, I have just pulled out some of the pigeons, not too many, just so you guys get a general feel of what some are. Love all these vintage pigeons. They just, I don't know, there's just something so characterful about them, I guess. I have obviously been doing a lot of reflecting and things like that, and there has been a couple of moments where I thought, let's just not do it anymore, and I've come close to that point quite a few times for various reasons, which, yeah, it's everything in life is a journey and things like that. But there's just so many thoughts and things that you go through anything in life, not just having a channel, but I find the things that it has created, like meeting some of you guys and having the conversations that we've had, and the conversations through comments or through personal messaging and things like that. It's just that has been created through what I do, and would never have met any of you or spoken to any of you had I not had a channel, and I feel very blessed for that and very grateful, because, you know, things out of those conversations, you know, there's always developmental things and thoughts, and you think, wow, like, you know, because I'm someone that if we have a conversation, depending on what the subject's about, you know, I hold it very to my heart and things like that. And, you know, I'm always thinking of conversations that I may have had, and yeah, I do. You tend not to ever really forget, especially if it's something really poignant or really touching or moving or anything like that, you know, or something really hilarious. It doesn't have to be, you know, always so moving and touching. It can be funny, and yeah, so, and like I said, a few negative things, obviously they always stay, don't they? The reason I actually started my channel was more for kind of a sewing diary, and sewing itself can be pretty isolating unless you go to classes, make friends through that way, and or have neighbours or personal friends that happened to have a craft in sewing or photography or crochet or whatever the craft is. For me, it's good for mental well-being, mental health, things like that. Although my physical body doesn't always like me for cutting out, you know, on the floor or table that's the wrong height, and that's it. Once my back's gone, yeah, I can't really do too much. But yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Like, unless you actually have someone that's close by that you can go and sit and sew with, and or go out fabric purchasing or looking at patterns, discussing patterns, this is perhaps another avenue, having a channel and meeting you guys, having conversations with you. One of my neighbours, elderly lady, but not elderly as in, you know, she doesn't look her age, if you know what I mean, and we were going to start sewing together, and then she was going through perhaps moving, and unfortunately it never actually came about that we actually sat and sewed. We've been fabric shopping and things like that, which is always fun, and I always seem to end up purchasing. I don't know, she just seems to have this wonderful way about her that we seem to bounce off of each other. But yeah, that hasn't happened recently, and yeah, I don't, and, you know, there is somewhere that I go on Friday mornings, not with lockdown obviously and things like that, and again I've met a couple of people there. Friendships haven't formed, we just kind of just catch up on that Friday and things like that, because sometimes friendships don't always bore out of meeting, although you have things in common. You know, you see people through their channels, they swap phone numbers, they catch up if they live close together. You know, they talk about going through whatever it is, the fabric and pattern stashes and collections and things like that, and meeting up, and that's really wonderful for you guys that you do that. And you know, it's lovely to hear your stories and conversations that you so wish to share. But yeah, it can be pretty isolating. That said, sometimes it's actually good that it's actually isolating, because then you're not getting sidetracked, and you know, a project doesn't take a whole bunch of time longer because you've caught up in your conversation or having a cup of tea or whatever your liquid refreshment is. And yeah, so sometimes a project that might only take 2 or 3 hours, sometimes it might take a whole bunch longer than that. But you know, it's a funny thing, and we're all different, and for the most part I've pretty much been on my own most of my life, obviously till teenage Ashley came into the world. And yeah, he's absolutely amazing. I just wish everybody had teenage Ashley like mine, and you know, he helps a lot with my physical medical issues and things like that, and I feel very blessed. But you know, it's also hard as well, because society is, we tend to sort of follow, don't we? As much as people say, oh yeah, you know, be unique, be individual, and the moment you are, you're kind of like an outcast. And you know, it's hard, you know, again, it depends on your skin colour, it depends on your religion, it depends on sometimes age groups and your knowledge and what you're into, and it's almost like you have to kind of check the box, check the box, check the box. Oh, does she fit into that? No, she doesn't. Does she fit into that? No, she doesn't. Oh look, you know, she walks with a stick, and you know, she has trouble doing this, so no. And it's really hard, it's really hard. So for me on my YouTube channel, this is a way of connecting with people, which is rare for me because I'm not really much of a people person. I'm too shy and too nervous, and I know I bumble on my words and get tongue-tied and things like that. And then again, that puts people off, and you know, if you don't look a certain way or behave a certain way or you don't sound a certain way, it's like, oh no, he or she can't be friends with, you know, us. And it's like, why not just give everybody a chance, give everybody a go? You know, you can't be judgmental because you don't know that person, you just don't. And you know, sometimes the outlet that we do, you know, that's the first stepping stone to starting a conversation or starting to be involved, and then it leads to something else and something else. You know, each stitch leads to the next stitch and the next stitch and the next stitch. It's kind of like a map in life, isn't it? You go down that road and it leads to another road and another one. So sometimes you get to an end of a road, but you know, don't give up. You just turn around, find a different road, go down there. Sometimes there's hills and bumps and mountains to conquer, but you do your best to achieve them, go over them. And again, it also depends on people if they allow you to do that. And yeah, it's a very strange thing, isn't it, life? And I recently, it was on a recommendation actually this morning, and there was this older guy, he's actually passed away, and he was giving advice about, you know, you can do what you want to achieve and things like that. And for the most part I do believe that, if you've got that passion and that willingness. But also you've got to bear in mind that sometimes, as much as you do your best to achieve something and you have these ideas and ideals and ambitions, you know, other people don't let you achieve them. And then you've got to ask yourself, how many more times do I have to keep, you know, having a go at this, having a go and things like that. You know, it's not about admitting defeat, it's about, this isn't going to happen right now, and then you have to think of something else, you know, because time is very short. And you know, there's so many things that we all have to conquer in each of our individual lives, day in, day out. And for me to actually have this channel, I mean, that was a huge thing. You know, this probably would have been 4 years, not 2 years, because it's taken that long to actually have the confidence to actually sit here and know that you guys know that then I exist. I have the relationships that we do, and I'm just so grateful for you guys. I really am. And you know, for me, it's like you guys are there with me sometimes, giving me advice, helping me, you know, telling me that's the right way, that's the wrong way, and I'm so appreciative for that, because you know, we are all different, and sometimes getting to point A, there's more than one journey to get to point A. It's not just, oh, that's the correct way and the only way. No, sometimes for me, definitely the way my brain works, I kind of take different ways of getting to that point, and it doesn't make it wrong, it just makes it a little bit different, and maybe you wouldn't do it like that. But also sometimes having other more experienced sewists out there just to say to me, perhaps give that a go like that, or change that, or use that, or don't do that, and things like that. And I find that very encouraging, and it helps in my sewing diary journey through my videos and things like that. And I have so much to bring to you guys, and sometimes it just feels like, you know, you have these ideas, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and it's a very fickle world, isn't it? And yeah, so it kind of makes me feel a little bit up and down. I think, oh, I've given that a go, it hasn't really worked out, you know, what shall I do next? And yeah, I'll probably at some point, I'll probably just sitting here chattering to myself. So well, technically I am, I'm in the garden with the birds. Yeah, so that is kind of some of the understanding of why I started my channel and things like that. And the giveaway today is to show appreciation to you, and the giveaway is for 4 people, and I thought it's okay to maybe do 1 or 2, but then to be fair, you know, there's quite a few people out there that perhaps miss out, so up the percentages a little bit. And yeah, so this is for 4 people that will be randomly picked out of a bowl and have their name on a piece of paper, mix it all up and everything like that. And yeah, so I hope that you like the fabric and the patterns. So when you look at the steels and you see the fabric and the pattern bundles that I've put together, again, sometimes you might look and think, oh, the fabric's really lovely, but I don't really like the patterns. But again, it's up to you if you would like to still go into this giveaway. You might be able to think, oh, okay, I may not like that pattern, so you might think of somebody else that will like that pattern. And again, with the fabric, you might not like all the fabrics in that bundle, but you might like some of them or pass them on. So it's entirely up to you, but there's no sort of mixing and matching. 4 people are going to win, and there's going to be 4 different bundles. And yeah, I just to say thank you so much, guys. And yeah, lots of sewing and lots of chatting, and hopefully later on in the year, next year, will be a better year for everybody on the planet. And what an experience that has been. But as long as we all help each other, support each other, and we will get through it. And you know, the younger generation, they are our future, and it's up to us to make sure that, you know, they are on the right path, to make sure that everything in life is a bit better and good and more kind and caring and things like that, more responsible. So yeah, but yeah, so thank you so much, guys. And yeah, I know I've been yakking on, but it's just all part of it. So a little bit of a different video today, but you know, it's paramount that you guys know that you are valued from me, and I appreciate your time for commenting and everything like that.